Well, for those who know me in real life, I'm overall pretty laid back, pretty easygoing. I tend to have a good ability to get along with others in public. I have a good ability to get along with others at work. I would say dealing with different people has been a strength of mine. I would say the number one thing that I would say a person needs to advance their career and to get through life is people skills. A degree is secondary, experience is even secondary. The number one thing you need in life to advance your career, to navigate relationships with your family, friends, and the public is people skills. Here's the hard part. Even when you have good people skills, and I would consider myself, I have good people skills. I know that on YouTube sometimes I'm very boisterous and bold and rough, but I also know it's an hour per day. It's a level of entertainment. It's a level of reality. And I share a mindset. And those who know me in real life know I'm a balanced individual. So, but what I want to share with you today, it was a Friday morning. It was a good day here in Florida. I've got an early morning workout. And like I do in the morning, I made part of my routine is I go for a walk. And I was going for a walk in a public park, nice area. And I usually take with me a few peanuts, unsalted, plain peanuts. And I feed the squirrels when I see them walking, give them a little thing. And technically, they don't want you feeding the squirrels. There is a sign in the park. But I feed them a little bit. I do. I'm not going to lie. So I was walking by myself because I always make sure when I'm in a park, I don't intrude on someone else's space. I always look at someone, even before the coronavirus, I look at someone and I always try to give them, 6, 12 feet of space so that, you respect someone's space. The first lesson of people skills is respect people's space. Tony, good to see you, brother. And you have to remember now, when we're talking about people skills, sometimes people don't respect your space. And that can cause you to have anger and outburst. Now, what happened this morning was someone didn't get into my space bubble, but they got into my mind bubble. What does that mean? Well, I was walking probably about 20 feet in front of them. And I as I was walking, I didn't stop walking. I saw 2 squirrels. And I fed 1 peanut I dropped on the ground so the squirrels could have something to eat. And the guy from about, 10, 20 feet behind me, he goes, "Oh, I guess people don't pay attention. You're not supposed to feed the squirrels." And I said to myself, "Oh, what an asshole." This is the type of guy that, is for deer hunting. And, he was a fat bastard himself. He shouldn't be feeding him. Just like someone who, again, I want to admit that there is a sign that says don't feed the squirrels. So I'm wrong, and I don't try to avoid accountability. But I understand you're also not supposed to jaywalk, right? Okay. Like I tell you guys, it's legal to live in your car. It's illegal to jaywalk. This is the type of person that would jaywalk. This is the type of person that would speed. If it says 35 miles per hour, he'll go 40. So, he's one of these hypocrite guys. But I heard him say that, and I was trying to, and my interior of my body and my soul was on fire. Because I said to myself, in my mind, I said to myself, why doesn't this fucking guy just mind his business? Okay. And I felt like turning around and ripping his fucking head off. Okay. And I could have, but I didn't. And it took me about 2 hours inside my soul to calm down. I still did what I needed to do. I still worked with others. I still took care of tasks that I need to accomplish. But in my mind, it was affecting me in a very negative way. And like my man Pluto's in here, like we have shared, this is what I tell you with self-control. The Bible says that those who can get to a level of self-control are close to godliness. Now, it also makes me think of a viewer that I had a couple days ago. He left me a comment. He said, Sam, I can't go out in public. He goes, the last time I went out in public, I guess he was at like a restaurant, and someone had said something like, oh, I hate the cold weather. They were in Florida, and he got so upset, it just rubbed him the wrong way, and he had anger and an outburst, and it caused a big scene. Now you say to yourself, well, that's a psychopath thing. Well, it is a little bit. Obviously, it's an unbalanced person who can't control themselves, but I understand what they feel. Guys, I'm highly disciplined. I mean, compared to a lot of you guys out there, I mean, I'm highly disciplined, okay? I mean, I'm not perfect, but it took all of my discipline to not turn around and fucking rip this guy's head off. Now, I want to say, too, when you have an anger and outburst, just because it looks like you could rip someone's head off doesn't mean anything. Because someone can always have a gun. Someone can always do some Bruce Lee shit. You never know. Never underestimate anyone. That's another lesson I tell you. But in my mind, what I want to share with you is I felt empathy for all the people who struggle with anger and get into conflicts. I thought about my father who got into a conflict with the mailman or the mail woman because, I don't know, she didn't drop the mail off right or she knocked the mailbox, and he went into this tyrant. And I think about one of my mentally ill siblings, okay, that they can't control themselves. And I think about, I'm still human. You know, even though I have discipline, I've failed. And I easily get sucked into this algorithm. Then look at that, guys. Here I am. I'm healthy. I'm in Florida. I'm living my best life. I got a YouTube channel. I'm famous. Every MILF wants to get with me. They ain't got a shot in hell. So all of a sudden, I stopped doing videos. You say, what did he turn into? A suburban dad from Florida who makes videos when he wants? No. I could have got locked up. Okay. I could have got banned from a park. I could have caught a case, lost my job, lost my sanity. Life can change so quick. All because of anger and outburst. You know, that, like I said, I don't give any credit, well, in my opinion. It's like, that's why I tell you, you don't really know someone until they show up every day. Until they make videos consistent, they show up to their job consistent. If not, they're just putting on the happy face when it's convenient for them. And that's why many people drop out of the workforce, because they can't deal with people, because when they get stressed, they have anger and outburst. And then they become unemployed, and then they have toxic people in their life. Their money's messed up, and there's mental health. You got to spend all your time taking care of yourself. That's why I always tell you, self-care is the ultimate calling on your life, because if you can't control yourself in that moment, you're screwed. Pluto, $5 super chat. One day at a time, self-care, oh yes. Self-control, by the grace of God. Time management, yes. Main job, side hustle, no debt. You're hitting them all. No storage unit, damn, you're on fire. And definitely no renovations. Laughing, thanks, Sam. Pluto, you are the best student. You now have become the teacher. The student has become the teacher. Shout out to Pluto. And shout out to you too, Tony. Thank you, Pluto. You got it, man. And what I want to share with you, in addition to what Pluto just shared, because he nailed down pretty much all the major bullet points I talk about. And you have to remind yourself, because believe me, I went back on on the RV lot this evening to look at that Mercedes-Benz Sprinter Patriot. And it's under contract. But he said, you know what? It may fall through because the guy, it looks like his loan may not get approved. And I said to myself, wow, you know, you would see someone driving around this $137,000 RV, and you say, this guy's loaded. Well, he's not loaded. He got a loan that barely got approved. He's in debt out to wazoo. So like my man Pluto said, when you walk around with no debt, when you're not doing renovations, when you got a main job and a side job, you have more to lose. You're less likely to turn around at this guy who just got mad at you for feeding one peanut to one squirrel. But see, when you got renovations, when you got debt, when you're going through a divorce, when you're going through all these hardships, that is the straw that breaks the camel's back. because you're minding your business and someone else is minding your business. And usually it's someone who is not taking care of himself. And I looked at his body, and then I looked at his wife, and both of them were, and his wife just, she tried to like laugh it off, but she should have checked her husband. And I don't know what type of woman would marry a man that wouldn't like to see someone feed a squirrel one peanut. Okay. One peanut. Okay. This is the type of man that also endorses hunting for sport. Okay. I'll tell you right now, and his wife probably listens to Rush Limbaugh. Okay. What type of people are these? Probably the type of person like my father who would use a pellet gun to shoot the squirrels away from his garden. Let me tell you something. I look down on anyone who would shoot animals to stay away from their garden. You say, well, that's why I disagree with you. Well, I said, look, guys, if you can't handle, animals in your shit, then, you should be in an assisted living condo, being wheeled around in a concrete Arizona landscape facility, because we're in Mother Nature, We're in a park with squirrels. And let me tell you something, I'd rather there be more squirrels and less guys like that. I was so upset. I felt the anger of the Lord. Like when Moses got off the mountain, Moses got the 10 Commandments from God. This is a factual biblical story. Look it up. Moses got the 10 Commandments directly from God, the Bible says. He comes down off the mountain to tell the people what God said. And the people were acting up. Did Moses show the love of God? No, he showed the anger of God. He smashed the 10 Commandments in anger. And then he killed 3,000 people, men, women, and children. That's what the Bible says. I felt like doing that. Well, I felt like definitely killing that guy and his wife. Well, I'm not. I don't want to go that far, but I'm trying to make an example. And so what did I do? Did I kill them and then go get another copy of the 10 Commandments like Moses? No. I didn't think of the scriptures either. I didn't think like Sam, be like Jesus. I didn't think any of that. Now, obviously, I do think about the scripture in the New Testament that says have self-control. I think about Tupac had an interview. He said have self-control. If he would have had self-control the night at the Tyson fight, he would have been alive. If Tupac didn't approach Orlando Anderson and just let it slide, he would still be alive. And so I said to myself, man, I may end up being the president. And not that I want to be, but I may end up retiring early. I want that. But here I go. I would have screwed my whole shit up. Fucking with some out of shape guy, old guy too, that he probably inherited his house from his father. His father was probably an asshole. He's an asshole. His children and then his wife, all batch of, I don't want to say anything negative. But this is the anger I felt. What did I do? Did I turn around? I just kept walking. I never looked back. I didn't turn around. I didn't say anything. I had a couple smart things I was going to say because you guys know I'm quick. You see how I handle all these people online. But I didn't say anything. Because in that split second, by the grace of God, I analyzed the entire situation like I was Limitless Bradley Cooper. And I could have did a lot of things. I could have snapped a branch, chopped it, and fucking got his head off. I could have did a backflip, elbowed his wife, karate chopped him. I could have did a lot of shit. But what did I do? I kept my mouth shut, and I keep walking forward. Best self-defense tactic in the world. If you get any value from my videos, this is one thing I want you to learn. What's the best? Yeah, he's a fucking damn killer squirrel guy. Guys, a lot of you guys are walking around with a pistol, and you already got anger management problems. Most of the people that I've met in life that are heavy into always packing, they're always angry. So it's like, I don't know if that's smart, Because, guys, you just need one thing to set you off. I know some people, guys, they'll be walking around like someone say some crazy shit, and it's going to be crazy. That's all I tell you, outside. And you never know who you're talking to, You never know, And that's why I said, I'm going to just keep it moving. The best self-defense tactic you have is keep your mouth shut and keep walking. Because if I would have gave into an anger and had an outburst, I would have looked bad. I would have. And if a police officer would have came, they would have said, what happened? What did I say? Because I would have, he could have got away, even though it was like a very sarcastic, nasty thing. He could have got, all I said was, shouldn't be feeding squirrels. And I would have said, what the fuck you talking? I would say some crazy shit, okay? Because I wasn't going to say no nice shit, okay? Even though I had some nice sarcastic shit I could have said. But I analyzed the entire situation, all things I could do. And the best thing I could do was keep my mouth shut and keep walking forward. It also made me reflect a time I was on a job site. And I got along with this one guy. But he was a contentious guy. Everyone else didn't get along with him. But I have good people skills. Okay. And that's the number one thing you need in life. And it's by the grace of God. I don't even take credit for it. Like, I have compassion on my father. I have compassion on people I know. They really struggle with their people skills. Because it took every bit of my own discipline and the grace of God to walk away from certain situations in my life. And I understand how people lose it, how people can't handle the workforce. They can't handle life. The number one reason you will get off the road is because you're tired of dealing with the public. It's probably why I'll eventually get off the road. That's why I'm kind of being hesitant if I want to get the 1,000 Trails camping package, because I'm like, it solves the safe, legal parking, but I'm right back around everyone. I'm not going to live in the middle of nowhere. I saw a guy today get interviewed by Bob Wells. The guy broke as hell. He got like 4,000 subscribers, talking about he making money on YouTube. That's why he quit his corporate job. Out of control. Okay. And he goes in the middle of nowhere and he talks about like crazy, like, I don't know. I don't want to disrespect him, but like out of this world stuff, like not even good stuff. Bob Wells stretching it out. But that's all right. I'm stretching out. We all stretching out. We're all entertainers. But what I want to share with you is there was another time in my job I was dealing with this contentious guy. A couple times, but I'm thinking about one time in particular, this one guy. And the conversation went from, discussing something to a contentious, stressful moment where we were not going to see eye to eye on the topic. And his voice got raised and the tone got different. And so now I knew the conversation went to another level. And I had to make a decision. Do I go to that next level? Because I could go to the next level. Or do I keep my mouth shut and walk away? Because, guys, if I go to the next level, I go down to his level. Because let me tell you something, guys. It's very easy to get upset and just go crazy. I mean, that's some easy shit. That's some childish shit. I mean, it's easy. It's hard to discipline yourself. So, at the job, I remember I felt that. I was like, man, I'm either going to go that next level or I'm going to walk away. So, right at that one moment, I heard the thing get crazy and I turned around. I just walked away. And even the guy said, well, don't turn your back on me or whatever. I just kept walking. And then an HR report had to get filled out. And you know why I was redeemed and the other person was reprimanded? Because I did not engage at that level. I kept my mouth shut and I walked away. There's been a few times in my life, not many because I get along with people great. But even when you get along with people great, there's no way avoiding moments like this. This is part of the human experience. And again, I want to show compassion and empathy for those who have failed. Because we all fail, and I felt empathy today for the psychopaths, for the angry, for the mentally disturbed, even for the regular people that are going through a lot or going through nothing, but someone catches them at the wrong time in the wrong place. Guys, I was in tropical paradise, just doing my thing. I don't bother other people. I really don't. And I'm doing my thing. I reach down to feed one squirrel, one peanut, show some love in the world. And this fucking guy bust my chops. And I said, this motherfucker. But I didn't say this motherfucker. In my mind, I said that. In my mind, I was ready to go at him. But I said, so what? I keep going, keep going. Keep going forward. That's the message tonight. And you guys know I come on here and sometimes I vent. And I consider it a healthy outlet to connect with you guys on this level to try to thank you very much, Charles. I'm sorry I missed that, brother. I wanted to get this out. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Pluto. Thank you, all my members. I wanted to get this out and share this experience today. And I did. Now, here's the crazy part. Like every time I go through a bad experience, I say, well, this is going to make a good video. But I don't want to go through bad experiences, guys. It's like, I don't know. But I rather harness the energy and use it for something productive like this. Because I could have harnessed that energy and used it for some crazy shit. And it would have been destructive. You understand what I'm saying? Energy's got to go somewhere. You damn right, ESP. I'll tell you, you damn right. You damn right. Someone who was like anti, feeding the squirrel and I understand, don't feed a stray cat and all this. But come on, man. Nah, I'm not buying it. Again, these type of people that hunt deer for fun. Fucking animals, man. What type of fucking person would go in the woods with a gun and fucking go kill a defenseless deer unless they were actually had to survive? I'll tell you what type of person. A fucked up person. I don't care if their father taught them how to hunt. I don't care if that's their culture. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like you got to have some brains in your head. Like, again, if we were living in the time in society where if you didn't hunt your food, you didn't get it. But, guys, I just had pasta and a salad from a gas station. Okay. So, you know what I mean? And Alaska, even ESP told me, even though I know a lot of them hunt, she was telling me, whatever that city is, Ancraft ass or whatever, Anchorage, that shit got all type of amenities. Starbucks. I know it definitely got Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, Dairy Queen. Don't tell me, and I'm not talking about you, ESP, but you make me think about this. Don't tell me you live in Alaska and hunting is part of your culture. You got a Dairy Queen, okay? You shouldn't be going out in the wild killing all type of animals. What type of person? I want you to think about this. In the modern era, I can understand hundreds of years ago. In a modern era, what type of person would load a gun, dress up in camouflage, then go out and hunt a defenseless deer or any other animal? To me, I'm not the type of person I fuck with. Because, that is like some, that's like Satanist shit. You know what I mean? You say, well, do you eat meat? I don't eat too much meat. But, guys, to me, a more humane way to do it, even if you're going to kill an animal, is not shoot them from 300 yards away or whatever, 100 yards, whatever it is. Hit them, let them bleed out. And it's like, guys, I would love for our society to go to old tofu. Like, sometimes I only eat meat because that's my only option. And even when they kill animals in the slaughterhouse and stuff, it's not nice. But supposedly it's a little bit more humane. But, guys, I'm all for if, like us getting away from gasoline, going to going to electric, I'm all for us getting away from animal meat. Because we're an advanced society. Now, I'm not like some of these psychopath men who claim to know God. They don't know God. Okay. Who do no fab, and they're fucking complete pansy asses. Okay. And I'm not with them. Okay. But I'm also saying, I think that, look, guys, we're in another level of understanding and society modernization. But I know I'm getting way off track today. And again, I'm venting because, again, everyone in real life, they know I'm pretty even-tempered. I know I deal with people. I always tell Hal that's his greatest skill set, people skills. I know as you get older, you get more irritated. Guys, what will make me get off the road is probably going to be I'm just tired of dealing with the public. Tired of dealing with the public. And that's even like I've been looking at that RV lot. So I don't even know if I want to buy an RV lot anymore. Because do I want to, even though it's a nicer than an RV park, do I want to wake up and have my neighbor that close? No, I don't think so. Not anymore. I don't know, though. You can't get away from people. Again, I don't want to live in the absolute middle of nowhere. You can't get away from people. We got to face it. We got to face it. And I'm not going to allow this world to bunker me down or beat me down. Like, guys, this world ain't going to drive me to drink. Okay, I'm going to drink fucking ice water. Okay, and I'm going to masturbate once a day. And I am going to have self-control not anger and outburst. I'll vent on YouTube. And I'll teach you as best you can, because any of us can slip. I could slip. As best we can, we have to remember this when we're at a job, or when we're in a park, or when we're in a club, or when we're in a gas station, when we're in the road, and something happens and someone gets so upset and we have a moment to react. Don't react. Don't react. Don't react. Keep your mouth shut and keep it moving. 99% of the time. There are exceptions, but I want to say on average, like I always tell you, if you're deciding on whether or not you should buy something, when in doubt, don't buy. The worst thing that happens is you miss out on that item, that car, or that house. And even though you feel like you missed out on a good thing, there'll be another one. There'll be a new year model next year that'll be better. There'll be another house that comes on. There will. Like every time I see a beautiful girl down here in South Florida, I say, damn, I may have to get back into a relationship game. And then like 10 minutes later, I see another beautiful girl. I say, damn, good thing I didn't settle it with her because she's better. I can't decide. I got to stay single. We got to control ourselves, man. Not easy. It's a goal. It's like aim for the moon, even if you miss you amongst the stars. But that's my lesson today. I'll go to live comments. I know I'm rambling a little bit. Forgive me. Thank you again, Pluto and Charles, for the gracious super chats. Thank you to all my members for joining. And that's it. All right, let me take a hydration break. Go all live comments. Thank you, everyone. Sick bastard. Yeah, don't tell me. Oh. Yeah, keep going forward, guys. Got to heal. All right, top of live comments. We'll come back to everyone. Oh wait, I'm on my laptop. I'm on yesterday's live feed. I got to click on this one. I can read the live comments from my phone, but I like to go from my laptop for any potential YouTubers, because then I can see if a comment got blocked due to the algorithm, if they use like a sex word or porn or death or something. There's algorithm filter. I had someone fucking comment on my channel last night after live feed like, you fucking blocked me, I can't believe it. And I'm saying to myself, who the fuck is that? I don't even know who he was. I didn't block him, I saw his comment. But after he said that, he couldn't believe I didn't block him. I blocked him. I said, motherfucker, who you? I blocked my own father. Like, I don't understand these people. Like, they think like if I'm willing to block my own father, you think I'm unwilling to block you? But I was like, what type of psycho guys? I want to have empathy. I was similar, like back in the day when I would comment on a girl's social media, and if she didn't reply the way I wanted, I would get upset. Okay, not crazy psychopath, but I want to empathize with what you feel. As I've matured, I didn't like go lash out on them. I learned that I gotta just do me and not worry about other people, and either connect with people on the same level or just not connect with them. I understand that some of you don't get the reply you want, or you're blocked and you're upset, and I understand the feeling. I don't look down on you. I've been there. But what I'm trying to tell you is I also worked on myself, okay, to mature and to go to another level, okay? And that's what you have to do, okay? Don't worry about who blocks you, who replies to your comment, etc., etc. You got to move on, okay? I know it's hard. I'm empathizing, but I'm also sharing with you what I did was, it's all right, well, I'm working on me, okay? And that's it, okay? So good job. Tony, again, happy Friday, man. Shout out to Canada. Tony Guerrero's from Canada. Pluto, much love, brother. I'm feeling better. Think now, almost 3 months into full-time nomading, I'm getting adjusted, adapted. Will continue to do it, challenge myself. It's definitely not for everyone. No, definitely not. It's not for 99% of society. It's only for 1% of society, because that's how many people live as a nomad, 1% of society, less than 1%. Again, I think you should enjoy it. You're still in the honeymoon season. After a year, you're past the honeymoon. If you can do this for more than 12 months, you're past the honeymoon period. But after you get through 12 months, it's the ups and downs. But it's still a great life for the young enough, for the healthy enough, for those still working. And for most people, there's some exceptions even to that. But one of the hardest things I'm coming to realize, like my man Journey with Jordan used to say all the time, dealing with the public is an underrated challenge of being a nomad. And that's what I dealt with today. See, and that's the thing, like, guys, it's not like the one day thing. It's like every day. For 4 years now I've been doing this. It's like every day I'm in a public park. Every day I'm in a public gas station. Every day I'm in the public, one way or another. The gym. I shower in the gym. And that's why I got another gym membership, because I wanted to get a gym where like you have your own shower with your own door. I still go to Planet Fitness, but once in a while, depending on where I'm at, I use the other gym. You have to build up some layers of privacy because you're going to go nuts, okay? And you're definitely going to get angry, okay? I've seen it happen. And because that's what us nomads, we don't miss the bills, we don't miss the commitment, we don't miss the maintenance, but what we do miss, if we're honest, is a level of our sanctuary, our home, our apartment, or whatever, where when we close the door, it's ours. Now you say, no, I don't feel that way. Well, I'm not talking about if you live with your parents or if you live with your ex or if you live with your kids. Or I'm talking about if you live by yourself, you can make your house however you want, okay? It's your sanctuary. When you live in the public, even when you're at a campground, you say to yourself, well, I will just go to campgrounds. You can go, but even when you're at a campground, it's better than stealth parking as far as privacy, but you're in a campground with other people, okay? So, you know, and you don't have insulated walls and brick exterior. You know, you have a car window, and most people are outside. They have campfires and stuff. So, you know, you got to think about all this. Let's continue. Tony Guerrero, or the male transgender. The male transgender? Oh, the mailman transgender? Yeah, guys, look, anger affects us all. It's true. And, you know, I don't know, man. There's some emotionally... Look, guys, very hard to be emotionally stable. Very hard to be mentally stable. Again, I think if you understand human nature, you understand people are this close to snapping. A lot of times, you know, people look around and they're like, you know, they just automatically assume someone is going to like either not react or react. You never know how anyone's going to react. Okay. And that's why when I'm in the public and when I deal with people, I am always very cautious of how I say something, and always give a little bit of grace and like back up and always yield to the other person unless I really have to step up. Because I know what everyone in this world carries. The burdens, the stress, the anxiety, the you know, I don't know if my credit card's going to get approved when I swipe it. All this stuff people carry, okay? So my wife is going through this. My kids are going through that. I'm getting old. I'm getting sick. People carry this with them in the grocery store, okay? So, like, you bump into someone in the grocery store, you think, well, I'm going to check it, whatever. You don't realize, guys, people carrying all this in their mind. I remember 2 years ago, my mom got rear-ended. She was at a stoplight. She was fully stopped. A guy in a pickup truck ran directly into her. She was at a red light. Totaled my mom's car. Thank God she wasn't hurt. The guy got out of the pickup truck, and to his credit, he said, ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay? Thank God my mom was okay. He said, ma'am, I'm sorry. It was totally my fault. Totally my fault. He even told the cops. And what he eventually told them was that the reason he rear-ended my mom because he was arguing with his son, texting him back and forth, and he didn't realize the light had turned red and he ran right into my mom. You don't realize, guys, you know, someone could be texting someone else and the anger and the outburst, they're not yelling, they're not screaming, but like, oh, you know, they're mad at their son. And life can change just like they could have killed my mom, could have killed himself. And so, you know, we have to learn as best we can. Again, I have empathy on those who really struggle with this, because I felt it today, man. I said, I'm going to share this story. That one is, I totally empathize where some people, they don't have this discipline to hold it in. I understand it. But I can't say that allows you to just have the outburst, because then we're basically saying, well, you can kill someone and it's okay. You know, you got to have look, if you can't control yourself, you got to stay in the house. Okay. That's the way it is. But this, let's continue to read, guys. I'm in a tangent. Back live comments. Pluto Man, thank you again for that super chat. You nailed it. He said, one day at a time, self-care, self-control, time management. One of the most important things in life. Main job, very important. Side job, definitely important. Yeah, that guy with the loud car. You know what type of mind is driving that car? I'm going to tell you something, guys. I met a lot of people, a lot of different cars. The Dodge Charger or any loud car, very much a red flag. However, I have empathy. When I was young, I didn't have a loud car, but I had a loud stereo. So I have empathy. I remember that when I want to get angry, at someone with a loud car or they're driving reckless, I think about when I was young, I used to play my music loud. I remember I almost got into a couple accidents. It would have been my fault. So when I'm really ready to get angry and have an outburst when I'm on the road, I think about my younger days and how reckless at times I was. So I said to myself, you know what? Let it go. Okay, you got to see, having an honest and fair evaluation of yourself allows you not to get caught up in this anger. You know, don't excuse like abuse, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's like I'm talking about mainly dealing with the public. Look, guys and girls, how whatever you want to put up with in your house, that's up to you. Okay, I don't put up with shit, but I also live alone. I don't ask for shit. Okay, so I think in life that dealing with others at your job, driving, in the store, at the park, is one of the hardest things. People skills is the greatest asset, but not because you want to be a politician, or even though that's, guys, it's a skill set. And we saw that these past 4 years. You have to have people skills. And I have a lot of great people I love and respect. They voted for Trump. Now, a few, okay? But what I want to share with you, I got to point out, some people thought that, let Trump be Trump, and because that's how they feel, like just tell everyone how it is, But again, like I always tell you guys, when I share very boldly, I share like this on YouTube. I'm an entertainer. I'm doing the show The Apprentice. See, Trump can act like that when he's doing a show, but not when you're running a country or a company. You have to learn at time. Once in a while you can light a fire under someone's ass, but you have to learn, for the most part, in order to keep the civility, the peace, the forward progress, you have to learn, okay, to control anger and outburst. That's a leadership skill. That's a discipline. Guys, you know how easy it is to get angry? It's fucking easy as hell. Okay? It's a primitive emotion. Like sometimes when I see someone angry, like they think they're being tough. Like now I see it through mature eyes. They think they're being tough and they're being firm. And I'm looking at like, you're weak-minded. You know what I mean? You haven't learned to have self-control. You're a child. Yeah, like, people scared of you. No one wants to deal with you. But that's not a compliment. It's like, look, this person, and that's why we have the thumbs down. So the angry, instead of them abusing the people in their house, and some of them do, or instead of them ramming their loud Charger in a gas station, they can click the thumbs down. So they can outlet that anger that's burning up inside them. Okay. Because they don't do like I did. Okay. And if someone says something you don't like, just walk away, keep the peace. They'll actually cause a problem. And I have empathy. I don't judge them. I thumbs down someone today. Why? Because the guy was still like saying, like, back in Trump. Guy disappeared off YouTube for 6 months. And then he showed up. And then he's telling like everyone, like, everything's great. Yeah, where were you for 6 months? You can't be a boss, a manager, or a YouTuber, disappear, and then tell anyone else what to do. Would you ever listen to your father if he disappeared for 6 months and then came back? Would you ever listen to your manager if he didn't show up for 2 weeks and then he came back, he wanted everything done? You'll never listen to anyone or respect them if they don't show up when the times are bad. Okay? Because they're unwilling, okay, to go through that pain. They only want to act like everything's, whatever. Okay? And they're like, get the fuck out of here. You can't trust anyone like that. They're liars. They're probably drug addicts too. I'll tell you, here's a pro tip I've learned. Someone who disappears for a certain period of time and then comes back on the scene, they're a drug addict. Consistency is the mark of health. But inconsistency is a mark of something unhealthy. Unhealthy mind, unhealthy habit. I'll be damned if I listen to any soft-spoken, no-fabbing, Bitcoin buying motherfucker on YouTube. Okay? that wants to act like they got everything, in this Zen motherfucking thing. I had a guy who knew like that, did yoga. Now, I think I did yoga and did all that shit. But the guy was a fucking psychopath, man. But I'm getting in a tangent, I know. But again, this is my outlet. It's a positive, healthy, productive way where I release some of the things I share in life. Because in real life, I try to get along with people even when I have a right to be angry. I walk away from conflict. I try to create peace. I try to solve problems, not create more. Okay, and that's how you keep a job. That's how you get promoted. That's how you stay out of jail. That's how you stay healthy. You have to find outlets for your anger, productive outlets, not drinking, not physical harm, whatever. You could consider this, I guess, a level of therapy, even though I found most therapists, they're fucked up too. But at least they give you an outlet to share. That's all therapy is, just giving you an outlet to share. I hope you're getting value out of this message tonight. Thank you to everyone out there. Click the thumbs up. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to Pluto and Charles for the super chat. I appreciate that. Kathy, I see you in here. We're going to get back to all live comments. Let me take a hydration break, guys. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. And make a mental note for everyone that doesn't show up consistently. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Don't listen to their shit. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. I'm back to live comments. Yeah, and Tony Aguilera says, good job, Pluto. Amen, Tony. Good to have you in here tonight, Tony. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you always showing up, man. Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Sam, how was your day? Yeah, I just broke it down. How was your day, Kathy? I was dealing with a damn anti-squirrel Satanist. How was your day? Roberto, shout out to all my nomads. Roberto Morales, good to see you, brother. 100. Remember, if you can live in your car for one day, you can do it for two. However, this is what I want to share with you. I was in a place last night. The cops came, not for me, for someone else. And I decided to leave that area because I don't want to be in an area where there's something negative going on. So then I go to a truck stop. And then there's a car accident right in front of the truck stop. So, look, guys, there's value to a level of stability. And I still keep fighting the fight of the nomad life because I haven't found anything better. But I want to share with you, there's the good and the bad. And again, like, could you just stay and tune all that stuff out? I've done that. But over time, it's like, as I think about myself too, I have to take care of myself. I have to get sleep. And I think I'm getting to the point now where the home base or a campground membership or something is going to happen some point in the future, because I don't feel, for me and my goals and what I've accomplished and where I'm at and what I want to do, look, I want to be free from as many entanglements as possible. And I cannot find a solution that allows me to stay free. However, I'm also honest that even as I'm living this life, I'm still like dodging and weaving other shit. So I'm not really free. I still got to keep it moving. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that. So I am freer than the average person. But a big part of my freedom comes from self-care, showing up at my job, securing side hustles, eating healthy as best I can, even though I did have some pasta tonight. Love to you guys. I just went in tangent. Pluto. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Tony. A life we are living. Oh, yeah. Charles. Maybe the squirrels in that area are dangerous. Much love to you, Sammy. Look, again, I admit, and I try not to feed the wildlife to a point, but even like, there's people that fish in that area and they feed the pelicans. And I think that's fine. Look, guys, we got bigger problems in the world, okay? I can understand if you were feeding a stray cat in front of someone's house. So I want to be fair in my evaluation. I understand the premise, But I also understand the premise, like, here's a guy who is getting fed Social Security, he probably got fed an inheritance, and he definitely overeaten, and he probably is pro-hunting. He's just a fucking wicked man, okay? And beyond that, even if he had a valid point, the way he said it, and he didn't even know me, okay? And like, I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker's crazy, okay? And he's not crazy, and he don't know. But like, that was the whole thing, right? The way, like, and it's like, I'm being so respectful in this quiet park. I'm like bending over. You should see me like with one fucking peanut. And I'm walking. I say to myself, I don't make a noise. And I don't know, man. I just said to myself, man, what made this guy say that, man? It was so negative. But I know in my past life experiences dealing with other people and dealing with life that it's just the way certain people are. And misery loves company. And believe me, you think he's not at home debating politics, having problems with his family? Of course he is. He's that guy. So I know who that guy is. Believe me, guys, I live in the world. I don't live a sheltered life. So I know how to deal with people. And I decide, am I going to go to another level with them? Because I can go to another level. To me, I understand that too. But I know that's a low, for me, it's like a bad investment. You know what I mean? Because for me, I got too much to lose. And even if I didn't have shit to lose, in one sense, I still wouldn't want to go down that negative ass road, because then it just makes my life harder. I always think about every decision, what's going to make my life harder and what's going to make it easier. Now, again, there's times, guys, look, I stand up for myself. I'll tell someone, but those are very few and far between in life, not just in a year, in your lifetime. There's very few moments in your lifetime that you really have to take a stand. Very few. Like I know my Charles was talking about, like he was standing his ground, 7% difference with negotiation and pay. And I'm not saying he's wrong for doing that, because I have done that in my career. But I always tell you guys, those are few and far moments, and you have to look at the big picture. Because there's some people that will cut off their nose to spite their face. Meaning that just to make a point, they would hurt themselves thinking that they're making a point. That's what it means when you're going to cut off your nose to spite your face. You're going to vote for Trump just to show, the powers to be, just to show the politicians. Like that's the mindset. And I said that exactly when Trump got elected. I said, people will cut off their nose to spite their face. They don't care. Because we already know, guys, look, it's all a show. Life's a show. So people say, I know, that's why I want anarchy. That's why I want crit. Now, that's the devil. Okay. Because I don't know how any person who considers himself righteous, or at least try to do the right thing, none of us are perfect, like Jesus said. I don't know why you would want to pick the worst decision just for the sake of spiting everyone else. I don't know what type of person does that. I do know what type of person, but I'm trying to make a point. I had a guy who I knew, worked with, and he was a nice guy. I cared for him a lot. I tried to, I liked him. But he also had his negative tendencies, man. And he would ask me sometimes, well, why don't you visit your family or do this? I said, because look, we're on different levels, man. I got love for them, but I can't be around them because it's just anger waiting to happen. You guys saw, those who watch my channel, you saw how it was when I went back up to New Jersey during the coronavirus. And everyone who lived through the coronavirus, divorce rates, domestic disputes, all that went up because everyone was fucking on top of each other. No gyms were open. It's a disaster. So I don't need to be around that energy. I don't want to change people. Let them do them, but I got to do me. But again, now the coronavirus was so unique where all society shut down. For me, I just said, well, that's probably the best place. And then we got to the summer. I figured I'll wait till fall to come back to Florida. And I don't regret spending time with my mom, but I got reinforced the lesson that even though I got love for everyone I know, I'll never stay around people that I don't vibe with because it's just conflict waiting to happen. And you say, well, that's not right. Well, yeah, I'll look at their life. And I'll look at every phone conversation that they have with their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their social worker, whoever, and it's always ends in conflict. Okay. So I am going to make that decision for myself. Okay. That cigarettes are bad, alcohol is bad, and certain relationships, even if they're family, they're bad. Doesn't mean that you don't love them. It means that you have a damn right. You have a right to separate yourself. If you don't separate yourself, guys, get ready for anger and outburst every day of your life. And if you don't believe me, listen to their phone conversations. Like some people watch me on the low. I know what it is. Okay. But guys, I played that game. I ain't playing that game no more. Okay. And that's part of the reason I lived the nomad life. Because I don't want to live in a contentious home or around contentious people. Don't want to do it. I don't want to live around someone who's scared of the coronavirus, but they're drinking, they're smoking, they're fucking with the wrong people. Guys, I don't need that shit in my life. That's fucking hustling backwards. I can see, like, if you're eating, like, if you're a vegan, and there was a couple people claim they're vegan, they're not vegan, that's all right. I can understand if you're eating healthy as hell. You got all healthy relationships. You got a regular issue, something you got to be careful with the coronavirus. I understand that. But if you're drinking, if you're smoking, if you're fucking all crazy shit, guys, look, I don't want to hear, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear the anxiety. I got enough on my plate. I'm dealing with fucking squirrel murderers. Okay. I'm dealing with psychopaths online. Did you block me? Did you block? Man, what you worry about me block? Are you a man or are you a girl? And some girls, they got upset with me. And I said, guys and girls, you're not getting with me. It's not going to happen. Some girls still think they're going to get with me. It's not going to happen. Not even close. I said, I control. I got off top. I'm sorry, guys. I'm rambling tonight. All right, we'll go back live comments. Hey, guys, look, this is my life. That's how I feel. Let's see where we're at. Charles. Yeah, damn killer squirrel. Yeah, well, nah, killer guy. What a disaster. Kathy. I agree sometimes people talk shit. You damn right. I just do what I do and ignore and avoid conflict. Well, Kathy, like I said, you have shown yourself, as much as I can remember all of our interactions, as someone who is a peacekeeper, or at least you try to avoid negativity. You just do you. And I respect that about you. Again, I don't know you in real life, and I know there's a difference between knowing someone and living with them. And I know we're all imperfect. I want us to heal. Guys, I want to heal. I don't care if you voted for Trump, if you're over for Biden. I don't care if you're an angry person or a calm person. I want us to heal. Okay. But what I'm sharing with you is just my experience in life. And I'm using this time as an outlet for my energy rather than to do it in an unproductive way. And that's what you have to figure out for your life. Like, sometimes people come to you as a YouTuber, as a pastor, as a president, and they want you to, like, figure out, guys, no one can figure it out other than you. You have to figure out, the details of your life. It's like, so just remember that. Good job, Kathy. You're very positive. Bluto. By the way, Sammy, I found out what triggers my moments of sadness. And not surprisingly, it's the day before my work week starts to just stress of a new week. Well, I would say yes, that the Mondays in the beginning of the week tend to have that algorithm of a negative emotion. Now, here's the flip side. I know some people who haven't worked in a long time, and they look at you as a YouTuber as trying to make a quick buck. Okay, let me tell you something. Clickbait the shit out of your channel because you're working, they're not. Okay? They're depressed, you're direct deposited. Oh, I'm going to do a whole live feed on that. They're depressed, you're direct deposit. Oh, shit, direct deposit, that super chat. $19.99. Charles coming in strong. Enjoy some coconut shrimp. I had some today. I ain't gonna lie about that. My friend, and enjoy the weekend. Charles, may you secure that job in Orlando if that's what you want. But whether you take the job or you don't, thank you, Charles, for your words of encouragement, for your show of support. Keep doing you. You're not married to me. At some point, if I don't benefit you, I understand it. Thank you for all your kindness. Thank you for all your love. Gratitude, not entitlement. Gratitude, not entitlement. And yeah, guys, look, a person who controls the bag in your life, I'm talking about money now, is you'll have to put up with their anger. Like I share with you guys often, my father did a lot of things for me in certain regards. In certain regards, though, he couldn't handle certain stresses and he would get angry. And not like, not very maliciously in many instances. I mean, I know some people that had very malicious father. But just to the point, like, if you didn't tell him something or if you didn't do a certain way, he had to have it in a routine. Like he needed this structure. He had OCD, and I understand it. But I don't want to deal with it. Okay. And that's why I always looked at working or whatever I do as independence, away from the angry people that I don't want to be involved with. Because, guys, when you don't secure your own bag, you have to live with whoever has the bag. I'll tell you, you're better off in a subsidized house than living with someone else, in my opinion. I really believe that. I know Gail's mad at me. I don't blame her. But I'll tell you, I still think Gail made the right decision. Okay. She was a woman living in her car. And thank you, Pluto and Charles. I appreciate you both. Thank you, all my members. I don't mean to be rude to you guys, but I just getting this out tonight. I'm going to read all live comments. Stay with me. But, and what I was saying, look, everyone has their own individual circumstance. I know I was talking about Gail, but I'll just say this in general. Everyone has their own circumstance. I can't tell anyone what to do. I share maybe what I would do, what I have done. Everyone has to figure this out. This is part of adulthood, okay? But even if you make mistakes, you're better off living with someone that's gracious or living alone rather than living with someone who is angry. I know that sometimes I even lose viewers because my videos come across as anger. And sometimes I am angry with some of these psychopaths. And I totally get that. I always say I empathize. I understand. And I always try to express I am not, in real life, guys, people who know me, I'm great with people. These videos are a mindset. It's a vent. It's an outlet. Okay. It's a productive way for me to share because, look, I'm 99% of the time I'm by myself or I work virtually at this point. So even when I worked in person, I shared with you an example tonight when I walked away from conflict instead of inciting it. So I'm saying all that to say life isn't worth living if you have to be around the angry. And I understand even sometimes, again, people will watch a channel just because the person's calm-tempered and they don't want to hear like angry tones. It hurts their emotions. And I understand that totally. I totally get that. But I've also seen some of those people are complete snakes and frauds, okay? Because they know that if you talk very nice to most people, even if they're about bullshit, you sell them the sales pitch. Guys, part of sales is just making people feel comfortable. So, even though this is a side hustle for me, I'll tell you guys straight up, I also don't give you a sales pitch, okay? And in one sense, that's a sales pitch, right? By saying that. But what I'm trying to tell you is it's direct, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being a salesperson. I know some people, that's their job. They do a great job. But there's two ways to sell. There's to be direct. I was an electrical contractor. I would go in a house. I would quote a job. I would say, this is what I charge. If you don't feel comfortable with it, I totally understand. You let me know if you want to go, and here's the whole breakdown. And I'd walk away or whatever. And I do the same thing on YouTube, do the same thing in real life, right? So, another type of person try to give you like a hard sell, they call it. Try to manipulate, well, if you really don't do it now, I don't know. And I'm not saying, you deal with people, whether real estate agents, whether car salesmen, RV, some good, some bad. But you have to learn to sell. Selling is the ultimate people skill. Sometimes you're not selling monetary things, you're just selling interactions. Like, you think I would ever buy something from a guy who fucking, like, is mad that you're feeding a squirrel? I would never buy nothing from him. Never. I wouldn't buy a car, I wouldn't buy a fucking toilet paper from him. Yeah, I know that guy inherited something, because there ain't no way a guy like that, okay, make good money. Okay. Guys, there's no way Donald Trump he'd be working at Walmart. He wouldn't even be working at Walmart. Yeah, guys, if you can't get along with people, there's some exceptions. You're going to struggle in life. If you can't learn to deal with situations, and and walk away, it's going to be hard. Now, again, I want to pause because I recognize today in that moment, I felt the pain of how hard it is to walk away. It was very logical. You know, it's very logical. Like, what are you going to do? Get in an argument about a squirrel? Like, that's logical. It's practical sense. Emotionally, guys, everything in my emotions was saying, rip this motherfucker's head off. Okay? That's what I always tell you guys. Like, you have to understand emotions more than you understand logic. Okay? A logic is you should eat 2,000 calories per day. How many calories did you eat today? Okay? Logic is you shouldn't text them back. Did you text them back? Some of you haven't changed your number in 15 years. Okay? Just because you're emotionally scared. Example number 1, Exhibit A. I'm going to break it. We're in the courtroom now. We're in Judge Judy. Exhibit A is the storage unit. It has no logical sense. You're not moving. You've had that storage unit for over a year. Why would you keep a storage unit with stuff you don't use? Emotions. So you say to yourself, when you look at humanity, and that you need to look at anthropology, the study of human nature and culture. When you look at America or a first world country, you would say storage units, they're $1 billion industry. Sometimes I ride by a place and it looks like an apartment complex, but it's not. It's just a storage unit. And it got heating and cooling for all the storage units. And I look at that, I say, wow. You know what that shows me? That most people in society are emotionally unstable. Emotionally. That's what it shows me. Because logically, you don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be a mathematician. You don't have to work for SpaceX. Logically, if you're not using something for at least a year, if it doesn't serve a practical point in your life, why do you pay someone else to keep it? Emotions. The fear that you may need it. The attachment to the past. You don't know God until you've learned to control your emotions, self-control. Many people claim they know God. Many people do live feeds or do videos about the next world, about what's happening in this world. In this world, people have lost control of themselves. And anger and outbursts are the final straw. But what's going on is you have a pot that's boiling. And you may see this outburst, but that outburst was boiling for years. Because I tell you guys, don't just watch gossip, bullshit, and entertainment. I watch some of that, but it's a small percentage of what I watch. Because if that's all I watch, in that moment this morning when I had a decision to make, I could regurgitate every bullshit I'm watching. You know, if I'm listening to, like I remember, I'll leave that story out. I'm sorry to do that to you. I'm just trying, some stories I'm going to leave out. But you get that message, okay? And I'll take hydration break, go back, live comments. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Pluto. Thank you, all my members. That's why too, you gotta go to the gym, man. You gotta work out that stress. My man Journey, good to see you, brother. I love you, man. Journey, I'm so proud of you, man. I hope you're still in here. Journey, if you're still in here, drop an emoji, brother. Shout out to Naples, Florida, man. I'm gonna make my way to the West Coast maybe again. We'll see, man. I love you, Journey. I hope you're still in. I'm so proud of you, man, for securing your bag, man. So proud of you. Where was I? I'm going to go back live comments in order. Pluto said that. And then Kathy said, I don't like to be involved in drama and argument. Kathy, I mean, you're a blessing. You got a great temperament. I remember, Kathy, I picked out a dog for my mom. About 10 years ago, I bought a dog for my mom. And my mom likes Boston Terriers. Great breed. So at that time, there were still pet stores in the area we were at. And I went to the pet store to buy this dog for my mom. And the only Boston Terrier they had, I said, well, let me see the dog. They let him out the cage. And the dog had a nasty personality. It was a little puppy, cute, but nasty temperament. Nasty? Like little Trump. What the fuck? So I said, nah, it's a beautiful dog, but I don't like the temperament. And this was before Trump. This was years ago, 10 years ago. But I knew even in that moment, temperament matters. Like Hillary said, I hate to say I go back to politics. It does matter. And I remember being at the pet store, and I said, look, I'll have to wait till you get another Boston Terrier in. And they say, you know what? He looked at his list. He said, we got another one coming in next week. Come back next week. So I'll do that. So I go back next week to look at the new Boston Terrier that they got in. And the thing's like an angel. Quiet, submissive, nice, gets along. And I said, this is the one. Why? Because the temperament of the dog plays a role in the environment of a house. Have you ever been in a house where there's a nasty dog? I remember my mom, we had dogs growing up all my life. And my mom, there was one period I remember my mom went to the pound and she brought home a dog. And the dog was a mutt, it was a rescue from the pound. And it only lasted 2 weeks in our house because we came to learn it had distemperament. Distemperament is a disease that some dogs get, and once they get it, there's no cure. Like, you almost have to put them down. But we didn't know that. We got the dog from the pound. So when we got the dog, this was the first dog ever in my young life at that time that was always had anger and outburst. Always. I remember I was sitting with the dog watching cartoons, and all of a sudden it would just bite my leg. I said, what the fuck? Like, I always thought like dogs were nice and cute. Like I told you guys, I had one troll when I exposed the fact that just because someone has a mental illness doesn't mean they're a nice person. Because I had some people that were mentally ill and they'll fucking attack you. And again, I have compassion. They should get help. But we don't allow people to shoot up a school and not get locked up. So some of these people that have mental problems, they think like, well, I can do whatever I want. No, you can't. And this dog thought like, yeah, I'm just going to. And I said to myself, something's not right. And we took the dog to the vet, and that's what the vet said. It had distemperament. Now, again, I empathize because I think about some of my viewers in the past that have gotten blocked. 1 minute they would come in the channel, they're so nice, and the next minute they'd be crazy. And they talking about like they think I'm, they're real. But I understand bipolar is a real thing. I understand there's different legit things that mess with people's minds and emotions. I understand that. I have empathy. But I also have to, set an environment that's good for me. Like I tell you guys, I'm not a psychiatrist. And even if I was, and I think I'm better than some psychiatrists, I would be a psychiatrist where I would let my patient come in my office and then I would go home without my patient. See, what you guys don't realize is you're in my home. Okay, this is my house. Okay. So a lot of you people think like, oh, yeah, you're my therapist. No, God, even if I was, you would never be in my house. Okay. So that's where people like go, they don't understand that. Okay. All right, let's take a hydration break. Yeah. Yeah, whoever watches the replay on this one, you're getting your money's worth because you watch it for free too. You cheap bastard. Click that blue join button. What a disaster. ESP, shout out to Alaska. I watched part of that Bob Wells and what a disaster, right? ESP, let me read your comment. I can go on for hours about this one. You know that guy isn't telling the whole story. Yeah. Basically, I can tell the whole story real quick. The guy quit his job to live in his SUV. He broke as fuck. His YouTube channel probably make $100 a month, okay? And Bob Wells led him astray, okay? And yeah, he can do it now because he's in his 40s, 50s. But when he's in his 60s, 70s, and 80s, he's going to be on subsidized housing. He's going to fuck his life up. But here's the thing. He has a right to do that, and I stand with his right. I don't want to control his life. If what he is doing is not hurting someone else, I would never stop in his way. And I've learned that through living this non-conforming life, and I've always kind of been like that. I'm not going to mess someone up. It didn't seem like he was doing anything to hurt someone else. I may have not agreed with his philosophy, and I definitely don't agree with Bob Wells, because Bob Wells is the ultimate capitalist. What you don't understand, guys, Bob Wells could be on an episode of Shark Tank. He's Mr. Wonderful, but with like a soft tone. I always tell you guys, look at what someone does, not what they say. Bob Wells created a corporation, a nonprofit, a monetized channel. He sells books on Amazon. He created the RTR, which is nothing more than a gospel fest. The gospel fest was the ultimate Christian scam to get everyone to come to Atlanta to upsell them merchandise, okay? Joel Osteen has a free church because he wants to get people in to sell him his books. Now, Joel Osteen still gives some good message. T.D. Jakes, good message. Bob Wells has some good stuff. He helped me. So even someone in it for the capitalism ain't real. I'm a capitalist. Like some of you say, like, I know ESP is the foodie. I'm a capitalist. Okay. I know there's some members in here that are transgenders. I'm a capitalist. Now, I like some socialist programs, Social Security, Medicare, programs for the destitute. Okay. Because I believe in a level of balance. But I tell you guys, secure the bag in a healthy way. Live below your means. And then the best time to get a job is when you have a job. If you hate your job, keep your job, pick up a side hustle, pay down your debt, find another job you like better, or figure out how to retire early. I don't tell you to quit your corporate job and go live in a desert. I think that's irresponsible. However, I want to be fair. I have seen Bob Wells do videos and says, you can't just quit your job. Even though then he does a video like today where it's, oh, that's great, you quit your job, good for you. It's like, it's crazy. I don't know, but teach their own. Like, remember Box Van Deb? She was living on like $300 a month, okay? And I remember Bob interviewing Box Van Deb or whatever her name was. He said, how do you live on $300 a month? She goes, oh, it's not that bad. And she was making $1,000 a month in donations. That's how she lives on $300 a month. The people subsidize her. Yeah. Guys, that's a total scam. All right, let's continue. ESP. You know that guy isn't telling the whole story. I read his bullshit a mile away. I read Bob's too. Bob Wells makes at least $75K. Oh, yeah. And he's paying. He's got, guys, it's a capitalist scam. Bob Wells got a personal assistant. Have you ever seen that big chick he's hanging with that lives in a Prius? That's his personal assistant. She's on a payroll. Guys, why do you need a personal assistant to build out a minivan, B? It's a total scam, man. But I'm not mad at the hustle, man. Just be honest, I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? But the guy isn't making that. That guy ain't making 2 cents. That guy in his SUV, that guy broke as fuck, man. But I'm not mad at him. It didn't seem like he was hurting anyone. It did sound like he has some mental issues. I'm going to probably do a video. Look, guys, most people on the road have mental or drug problems. It's true. ESP. Anyone who would begrudge, yeah, I agree with this one. Anyone who would begrudge a little squirrel a peanut, has an unhappy life. Yep, an unhappy wife. Unhappy wife, unhappy husband. Okay. In my opinion, I took too. My dad got married again, and my dad, he's always been he's very good at times, but he can be very negative. And I think the worst thing he did was he built another house. He got married a second time. He hates all those things. But then I still feel like even though I liked this new wife, I got along with her, I was always respectful. I started to get a red flag when she was like really pumping the Rush Limbaugh thing. And I remember when I stopped fucking with my father, that's when Trump was starting to run. And they were real into Trump. And I said to myself, red flag. I said, what? I said, I agree with some of Trump's stuff, but now, guys, this is what happened to all those people who went Trump hard. Now, no one in their family really fucks with them, man. Because the Trump era is done. Trolling's done. Guys, we're in the Biden era. You say, well, Biden's brain dead. Well, guys, I think we're learning that people rather live with a brain dead president than a distempered dog. Yeah. okay? Because the distempered dog won't let you fucking watch cartoons in peace, okay? And the trade war was lost by a bad leader. Our trade deficits are worse. Our national debt is worse. We had more socialism than ever. We had a horrible bottom line result. You know that if Trump was on an episode of The Apprentice, he would have got fired. But you would never say that because, I don't know, in my opinion, again, I know some good people vote for Trump. But I also know some people that they're the type of person that takes a pellet gun and fucking hits a squirrel. What type of person? Type of person that believes you should take a loaded rifle and go hunt a defenseless deer. I don't know this, guys. I would, if my daughter turned 18, I would say, look, it's your life. I don't want to control you. I love you. You have to figure out who you want to marry or be with. But I'll tell you this. I would say, in my opinion, never date a man that takes a loaded rifle, hides from a defenseless deer, and fucking shoots him in cold blood. Okay? Because in my opinion, that's how he's going to raise his kids. That's how, and you say, well, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. No, guys, I didn't agree with my father just because he's my father. What are you, fucking a child? What are you, brain dead? So, nah, man, I would tell this to my daughter. You do what you want. I love you. I'll support you because I would never hurt. But I'll tell you this, any man that goes out there and hunts for sport, I think even hunts for food, unless you're living on the land, not my thing. Okay, because I think it takes a certain mind to be willing to go hunt a defenseless deer. And I don't think much of that mind. I don't care if Joe Biden's son hunts, and I think he may. I don't agree with it. Just like I agree with my own father. Okay. Guys, Biden was just the other choice. Okay. And it was a better choice, in my opinion. Okay. I would also tell my daughter, don't date anyone who leaves the caps locked on. You have to think about that. Like when you're online and you're talking to someone, and now I use the caps lock sometimes, I'm not going to lie. But if every comment is in the caps lock, it doesn't mean they're a bad person, but it means they can't control their emotions. Every comment. I've done some. I want to be fair. Sorry, we went off track. ESP. Oh, yeah, I read that. Charles, for sure. Love to you, Charles. Thank you again, man. Very gracious on your tip. Thank you. ESP. Hunting and fishing is huge here. Yep. She's in Alaska. Every other person hunts. Oh, that I know. Oh, yeah. The other half fish. A lot of fishing down in Florida. I want you to think about fishing. Now, guys, I eat fish. I ain't going to be a hypocrite. But it's really, I don't know, man. It's kind of brutal. You know, you fucking, you bait the fish. You get like this food. You put it on a fucking hook. You throw it in the ocean or the lake or river. A fish is fucking like brain dead, just floating around. You get the fish, he eats the food because he's trying to survive, not mind his business. The fish eats the food, the hook goes right through his fucking throat. And then you say, yeah, Dad, I got a fish, and fucking yank him right out of the fucking water. You say, well, I'll throw him back. Well, that's nice. Now he's got a fucking ripped up throat and he's back in the water. So guys, look, I think we're in a new dimension. Let's just fucking create our food through engineering. Okay. You're going to tell me Elon Musk can create an electrical car, but we can't create food in a lab? Okay. So, look, guys, if you like the Tesla, you're gonna like the fake tofu meat. Okay. Okay. Now, if you like an elevated diesel pickup truck, okay, you may not like that. I understand you. That's your culture. Okay. So these are just my opinions. I had someone unsubscribe because they were upset that I didn't like elevated pickup trucks. Guys, this is my opinion. Okay. Even though that Class B I was looking at was a diesel, but that was a negative in my opinion. Where are we at? ESP says, and everyone here without a felony owns a gun almost. Yeah. Now, again, I'm not against gun ownership, especially if you live in rural land. You live out, Alaska's a glacier shithole. It's just like a big ass ice cube, okay? And yeah, it's got a little city, Anchorage. Yeah, Sarah Palin's looking at Russia. Yeah, ESP's in the Airbnb. But guys, you guys aren't watching ESP's video. I'm watching. I remember just a couple of weeks back, ESP did a video. She's in an Airbnb in Alaska, chilling. All of a sudden, some drunk psychopaths in snowmobiles come to the back of her Airbnb and they doing all wild shit. That's why you gotta have a gun in Alaska. Okay. So you say, oh my God, look at the streets of San Francisco. It's horrible. Have you ever been to the snow mountains of Alaska? See, they would never know that, ESP. Like they like to look at a clip on Fox News about a drunk person peeing in the streets of San Francisco. You should show them video of Alaska when drunk people take their snow plows and they go shooting in the back of other people's houses. It's a disaster. Alaska went to shit. However, guys, look, that's a small percentage. Just like San Francisco, small. Guys, the world is filled with most people who are emotionally unstable. To me, it's a blessing. Why do all the rich people go to gated communities? I was in a gated community. Now, there's some regular communities that are gated. Even the campgrounds are gated. But that's a weak-ass gate, okay? I'm talking, you got to have a security guard at the gate. I had that. Now, down here in Florida, you got to have the security guard got to be armed, okay? You go to another level of security. Okay? Now, guys, again, I'm living in a parking lot, so I can speak on this. I've lived in a gated community. I lived in a parking lot. I'm speaking on both. And the reason rich people do that in America, I've been to Mar-a-Lago, guys. You ain't getting in that gate, okay? So believe me, if you thought Obama was an elitist, well, I guess you definitely think Trump was an elitist, okay? Because that Mar-a-Lago is gated the fuck out the wazoo, okay? So we're getting way off track. And I know Biden's son stole some millions from China. Guys, they're all scam artists. I know, come on, don't get upset. And Enjoy the Dream Life is a complete troll. He's from Canada. Not you, Tony, some other guy. He thinks he's Donald Trump buying and selling real estate. He's got like one Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale. He thinks he's like Donald Trump. Relax, okay? He's a fucking psychopath. One minute he's angry, next minute he's nice to me. I tell you, I should have never unblocked him. Very nasty person. And his tag name is Enjoy the Dream Life. But every time I see him in the comment section, he ain't enjoying no dream life. He's like that miserable bastard that wouldn't let me feed a squirrel. He should be, instead of Enjoy the Dream Life, he should have an avatar picture of the Joker and say, let Satan destroy your life, because that's his mindset. This guy's a very nasty guy. I saw his true colors. And I had a viewer called True Colors, and he turned out to be a nasty guy. Guys, there's some nasty people out there. I hate to say it. Damn, is there anyone good out there? There's some people good out there. I think about all these people, man. Oh my God. There's some good people out there. Charles says for sure. Thank you, Charles, again, man, for the tip. Thank you, Pluto. ESP. Oh, yeah, I read this. Hal, my man, Hal. I'm late on the comments, man. I hope you're doing good, man. How are you, Hal? Happy Friday to you, brother. Shout out to you, your mother, and your ex. February 13th, I'm praying for you, brother, that you're able to get out of your ex's house and move forward with your life one step at a time. I know it's a little scary. I'm praying for you. I'm thinking about you. Pluto's laughing good. Laughter's good for the soul. Yeah, Pluto. Oh, yeah, talking about me blocking someone? Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I don't know who it was last night. I mean, after the live feed, I took a shower. I get out of the shower at the gym. Again, guys, I'm in survival mode every day. And I'm like, all right, well, let me check my thing, because I reply to all the comments before I go to bed. And this guy left like 3 comments in a row. Oh, my God, you blocked me. I can't believe it. Oh, my God. Like, what? God. Yeah, just like, I'm like, man, this guy's obsessed, man. I felt like playing Mariah Carey in the background. Why are you so obsessed with me? Do. Yeah, that's how I felt. Journey. Hey, Sam, just popping in. Journey likes this topic. Peace and blessings to you, brother. Peace to you also. Peace to you also, Journey. You're a good man, brother. You're moving forward in life. Very proud of you. My man, Coconuts. Coconuts. If you're really in Florida, you know that today was a glorious day. It was 80 degrees. It was sunny. It was summertime in the dead of the winter. And what I can tell you guys, today was a picture perfect day. Very nice day. Coconuts. Sam, you put new symbols up? No, I don't know where you got those symbols, but you're in a bonus mode, brother. You're good with those emojis, man. Good job, Coconuts. Hal, Sam the man, I'm doing the best I can, Hal. Thank you, man. ESP. Sounds like you're getting burnt out. I am. Yeah, and here we go, because now ESP's living in an Airbnb. ESP, I hope you're still in here. Did you see your boy Nate the van life? See, you say, well, why are you getting burnt out? Guys, no one else is living in their car day in, day out other than me. Element Van Life is fucking, he picks up a new van and he stays at a hotel. And then he goes to his girl's house in Florida. They're not living a van life, guys. ESP's in an Airbnb with drunk people fucking snowplowing behind her. My viewer, Sarah, she was renting a place in California. My man AJ, during the coronavirus, rented a 5-star hotel in Miami. He was trading the futures market. Guys, no one, I am the only person who has lived this every day. I live in my car every night. I'm not in a hotel. I'm not an Airbnb. That's why I'm burnt out. I'm out this motherfucker every night, man. People don't understand that, man. A lot of what other people are putting up there is a complete fucking show, man. You know, like Hobo Alley, and even Bob Well, I don't believe it. I don't know, man. I don't think they're doing it because they don't do a video, but I don't know, man. I don't know. ESP, sounds like you're getting burnt out. ESP's in a robe right now. ESP, what you wearing right now in your Airbnb? She got temperature control. She got running water. She's just chilling. I understand that. You're damn right. That's why I definitely see myself there. You taking a long-ass break. Yeah, you breaking now. You on a 6-month hiatus. I'm not mad at you, though, because I know that there was one time in the beginning of my channel when I first came to Florida, I seriously considered buying a home base, an RV lot. And I had one viewer, she eventually got blocked. I had one viewer, she went psychopath. She goes, no, don't buy a home base. And I'm like, whoa. Because like as soon as I get off the road, her dreams die. Now, she never got on the road. Okay, never. Okay. And so I understand, though. Again, I want to show empathy that I understand. And I thought about that today when I was on the RV lot. I said, man, a lot of people are going to look to see what decision I make. I'm going to make the decision for me because that's always, that's how you got to live your life. But, it's like, I don't know, but I'll be honest with you. Sometimes, and that's why I always tell you guys the negative parts of living in your car. I said to myself last night when I navigated the cops, I navigated an accident, I'm moving rest stops in the middle of the night. I said, man, most of these motherfuckers, they couldn't do it. Not because it's a hard thing. Guys, it's very practical and easy to live in your car. Very fucking easy. But day in, day out, 4 years, nah, most people ain't going to do it. They're not going to survive winters in New Jersey. They're not going to survive summers in Florida. They're not going to travel up and down the East Coast during a pandemic, take showers in a truck stop. They're not going to avoid psychopaths. Not for this amount of time. And not that I'm this special person, but I have to be fair in sharing with you, you can do this life. It's a very easy life as far as like it doesn't take much intelligence, but it takes a lot of self-control, a lot of discipline to do it day in, day out, 4 years. And I'm talking about primitive out of a car or van. And you say to myself, well, I just saw a guy today on Bob Wells living in his SUV. The motherfucker's not working. He's in the middle of nowhere. And did you listen to him talk? So guys, I'm talking to my people out there who are going to keep a job, who are going to maintain their sanity, okay, and who are going to function in society, okay? If you're going in the middle of nowhere and you're going to live off, 20 views a day with 4,000 subscribers, guys, do you, okay? So, let's take out this break. Yeah, they out their mind, man. I don't know, man. That gated community looking mighty good right now. They can't make the gates high enough. I'll tell you this. Now, I didn't feel guilty when I went in the gated community the first time. But I tell you this right now, I go back in the gated community. I don't feel guilty at all. No, I'll be in that motherfucker. Make these gates higher. I'll tell you that. I've dealt with the psychopaths longer than most people ever will. That's true. That's true. I just don't want to pay the taxes, the HOA, the maintenance. I wish they had this gated ass shit. Well, I guess you can get some place in the middle of nowhere, but again, I don't like to live in the middle of nowhere. I want to be by the action. Okay, so that's the dynamic, man. I'm caught with. Back to live comments. Where are we at? Yeah, I'm late on these comments. Forgive me, guys. Hal, I found a wonderful apartment. Oh, wait, did I read ESP's whole thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I got upset. ESP. Yeah, she goes, that's why I definitely see myself taking Brady, taking long break. Nomad life in the future, in the present. In the present, you take a break. I'm doing now. Damn right. You and see, I knew that's why you like Element Van Life. You and him both live in a hotel, and then you got a camper van outside the hotel. Between you and Element Van Life, I don't know who to believe. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I can't take it anymore, man. It's getting crazy. Let's stay positive. Hal, I found a wonderful apartment in a beautiful, safe neighborhood in the Bronx. What? I've been to the Bronx, man. Damn, the Bronx got regentrified? What part of the Bronx you in, man? I am going harder now in getting a job. I need this apartment. Well, you need to tell me what part of the Bronx you going to. Subscribe to my man 2KB the trucker. He's from the Bronx. And he became a truck driver. Get the fuck out of the Bronx, and I don't blame him. Charles. Guys, out of all this now, every borough has their own thing. At one time, my sister had dated some guy from the Bronx, and I spent some time with them in the projects in the Bronx. To me, that was probably the most hairy neighborhood I was ever in. I was in Brooklyn. A couple people I knew from Brooklyn, mainly in New Jersey, but there was times I was in the city. And at least the different boroughs that I was in Harlem. And there's different spots. I wasn't in all the spots. There's different spots. But the Bronx, I don't remember going through the Bronx. I don't remember too many good. Bronx was tough, man. So, the Bronx was tough. But I don't know. That's a long time ago. I'm 40 years old now. So that was, I don't know what that was. That was 20 plus years ago. Charles, enjoy some. Oh, yeah. Thank you again, Charles, man, for that tip. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I had some coconut shrimp today. When you get stressed out and you get angry, sometimes you go to eating. Now, I didn't go eating crazy unhealthy, but, I had some extra food, but I had some extra coconut shrimp. I did have some pasta tonight, which I normally don't have. That's true. Pluto. Charles, you're a champ. Yes, thank you, Pluto, for your encouragement for Charles. And thank you, too, Pluto, for your tip. Charles, thank you, Pluto. Keep punching. Yeah, Pluto, you're doing a great job, man. You're beating the odds. Keep focusing on self-care. And look, Pluto stops at the hotel when he needs to. You got to recharge those batteries. Charles, the Apostle Paul tells us to give to the ministries that speak to us. Your channel speaks to me. Well, I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to be fair. I know Paul the Apostle also said for women not to speak in church and for slaves to obey their slave master. So there's parts of the Bible and Paul the Apostle that I really agree with. There's other parts I don't. So again, like I tell you guys, I don't try to make this a religious thing. I don't try to make it a pity party thing. I try to be straight up that this is a side hustle and a creative thing. And I'm doing it honest, the same way I did with electrical contracting. This is my fee for membership. If you feel I'm doing a good job and you want to be a member, great. If you want to tip me in advance, great. If you want to watch for free and you don't want anything, great. So I think if I do it like that, I have a piece about it because it's straight up. I mean, do however you want to do it. But I understand the context of what you said and I appreciate it. But I just throw in some more clarification on that because, like I said, guys, I've been to church and I gave 10% and I've given to people in the street. I've given to people on YouTube. And I don't have anything wrong with that. I tip strippers. I tip people. I don't tip strippers anymore, but I tip. But I'm also a cheap bastard at times. But All I'm trying to tell you is, thank you, and then I'll shut up. Pluto. I agree with Charles. In 1 year of listening to you, Sammy, I have learned more than 16 years of school. Well, I appreciate that. I am grateful that God put you on earth. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate both of you saying that. Look, I do have to say, I give, God the glory, as far as I know I was born with a gift. However, I did put in the work to refine it, and I do show up every day. But I don't take full credit for the gift. Now, do I still hate God at times? At times I curse God. I'm not going to lie. But I also acknowledge the different things that faith in God has blessed me with. So it's like that double dynamic of just honestly sharing with you that journey. Charles, yay, Pluto. Thank you both. ESP. I'm not really a foodie. Well, that's what you told me that one night. I just like that one frozen dessert. Well, fair enough. Well, I'll tell you this, guys. You go watch ESP, so I'm going to watch someone living in their car, living in an Airbnb. And then you're going to watch a video. It says, why I don't live in a Prius. I said, I want to know because I want to get a Prius. I clicked on shit. All I saw, I didn't see her face because she don't show her face. She's smart. All I saw was this. All I saw was the Dairy Queen thing. I said, where's the Prius? Where's the Prius? So, I don't know, man. It's hard to believe people on YouTube, man. I don't know what's going on, man. But it was a good video. Like I always tell you guys, ESP is very smart. After I got upset, I left it because I got angry. I had an outburst. I said, what the fuck is this? ESP, I did just like, what the fuck? I said, nah, man, I can't watch this. And I got very upset. Not you, but just like, man. But I went back. I watch all you guys' videos. Okay? And that's why sometimes I unsubscribe to you guys and we're both mad at each other because I saw, now I don't fuck with certain people. But I went back and I watched ESP's video because I do respect ESP. I know, hopefully they don't get upset. I had one viewer got upset. They thought I was disrespecting them. Hey, look, guys, I'm not your father. But I went back and I looked at ESP's video, the whole thing. You guys aren't watching ESP's video. All right, but let's stay positive. I watched the whole damn thing. And it was a good video, but you got to get past the first 2 minutes about Dairy Queen. Okay? So what are we talking about? We're talking about guys. Like you watch a video about someone says, I'm living in my car. Here's how you survive in the winter. And you say, oh shit, that's how I'm going to do it. But you don't realize they're in an Airbnb eating Dairy Queen, not in a Prius, okay? Or they're like Element van life. You say, I'm going to buy a Japanese 4-wheel drive van and live with my girlfriend. You don't realize Element van life's in hotel to hotel, to family member's house, to his girlfriend's house. Guys, they're not living in a van, man. So it's like before you know it, guys, I don't think they understand the all-night gas station. Not like how I understand the all-night gas station. So it's a different level, man. It's a whole nother level. Now, I'm not saying ESP understands it, but we're at a different level, okay? And that's why I tell you, sometimes I make videos like, you shouldn't do the van life, or, I may quit, or and people say, no, the van life's great. And I said, well, are you living in the van? Or how long have you lived it? And so it's like, not too many people doing it. And I don't blame them. Like, I thought about that last night. Guys, I feel bad sometimes. Some of you people are going to take... Here's the thing, when I lived in my car, I didn't ask anyone because I knew it was risky, but I said I could figure this out, hopefully, God willing. And my father and some other people, they got really scared for me, or they were just upset I didn't tell them. A lot of people kind of knew I figured out, but either way, but I would understand, if I had a child, if I had a son, and he just started living in his car, I would be scared for him, even if he was very well equipped. Like I say, if I had a daughter and she was dating a deer hunter, I would be scared for her. Now, I've met some I don't want to say that because I don't know them. I've never lived with them. You never know someone until you live with them. Never forget it. I've met some nice people that, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. Maybe they hunt, maybe they don't. But for me, I would be scared for my daughter if she dated a guy that could slaughter a deer, gut him, and then bring him back. Guys, go to fucking Walmart and buy some tofu, okay? So I don't know. That's how I feel. I'm all over the place. We'll go back to live comments. Hal, I'm in tears. Look, Dad, I got a fish. Oh yeah, I was in a tangent about the fish thing. Yeah, that's what they do, guys. Let's say it's too. Well, not all. I see some people fishing early in the morning. They love it, and I like fish. I eat salmon. I eat coconut shrimp. Who am I to judge? So I'm being a little bit of hip hop. I'm being elitist. Okay, is this true? But I'm all for like, yo, let's get Elon Musk together with Bill Gates. Let's not only get the vaccine out, let's get this fucking engineered food out. You say that's crazy, they're gonna kill us. Guys, you already know one is life expectancy is longer than it's ever been, okay? And society has more amenities than it's ever had. If people really want to kill us, then you wouldn't have food, you wouldn't have amenities, you wouldn't have the internet, okay? No, guys, I'm sure there's some people want to get killed, but you're paranoid, okay? And even if they want to kill us, like a lot of you people, here's the other dynamic. A lot of people message me and they hate life. I did a video called I Hate Life. They hate life, they're angry all the time, and then they're mad that the government wants to kill them. Well, if the government's going to kill you, you should be happy you hate life. If the vaccine's going to kill you, you say, well, good. Not that I wish that on you, but I'm saying like it's a dynamic where are you really not happy with life or you just like to complain? I don't know. You should be lining up for the vaccine. I'm not, but I would. I'm not against it. I would get it if I was in healthcare, if I was high risk. I don't know. Fuck it. You're going to die anyway. Fuck it. And I'm telling you right now, guys, if you're smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol, I'm okay with that because I used to do that. But don't tell me you're scared of the coronavirus. Just say, look, I don't give a fuck about shit anyway. I'm fucking going for it all. Where are we at? I don't even remember. ESP. To be clear, I'm not agreeing with the hunting fishing culture. I'm a vegetarian. Well, I love you, ESP. You know that. And I know, look, I've traveled up and down the East Coast, so I've definitely seen the country culture where it's a different mindset. And I understand it. I wouldn't, look, would I try to change it? Well, I don't know, man. I would say, look, yeah, if you got food, you don't need to hunt. If you're hunting for survival, you can hunt. Now that caused a lot of problems, yeah, but I think that's very basic logic. But most people are emotional. Most people, here's the key thing, guys. Most people do not own a gun because they seriously look at it as a practical, logical, self-protection item. Most people own a gun because of emotions. They like how it looks. They like the emotional power high. They like to go shoot it. They like the adrenaline. They have different ones, because really, there's so little limited time that a gun would really ever serve you. Now, there may become a time, and I'm not against gun ownership. I'm just trying to say, for most people, gun ownership is not a practical, logical solution for self-protection. It's a fucking ego trip. It's an emotional high. That's all it is. It's a toy. It's an RV. Yeah, Hal, you quoted Jay-Z. We don't believe you. You need more people. Even though I sided with Nas in the war they had. I did side with Nas. I like Ether better. Hal, Morris Park. I don't know that area. I'll Google it, though, and see after the live feed. I probably wouldn't even know the area if you said it, to be honest with you, anymore. But in my mind, that was the memories that I have. Love to you, brother. Keep pushing forward, man. ESP. Laughing. I put a timestamp in, for the prison. No one looks at the timestamp, ESP. No one, most people, even including me, I gotta be fair. We don't watch a video most times unless it's really good past 5 minutes, if we get to even 3 minutes. So I got to about 50, did I get to 50? I got to about 30 seconds. So, like sometimes people say, well, I don't know, man. Look, it's just human nature. But ESP, I love you. I'm very proud of you. Marcel, what's up, man? Hal. Where are we at? Yeah. Hal, these are the good areas in the Bronx. Okay. Throgs Neck, Morris Park, Pelham Bay, Country Club. I am more on the other side, right off the Throgs Neck Bridge. Okay. I take your word for it. I don't have enough knowledge, and I just remember a brief period in my time when I was younger. So, okay. As long as you've researched the area and you feel it's good. I mean, it's a dynamic. Good to see you, Marcel. I'll get to it in 1 second, brother. Great shout to UK, man. I appreciate you joining late. Like even today, man, I looked at this home base. I've gone back to this home base, this one piece of property about in the past 2 weeks, like 5 times. Because I really want it. It fits my needs. But it's in a bad neighborhood. Straight up. Bad neighborhood, okay? So, I mean, I know I don't feel like I would, I don't feel like I would die or like I would be scared. I feel like I'd be fine. I'd be fine. Because I survive, like I'm surviving harder now. It's harder for me now than it would be in that spot. But I look at it logically through buying property and owning property in a bad neighborhood and, not having a good time walking up the street at night, just not feeling the best. And, maybe worrying about if I put something valuable on that property, someone vandalizing it or taking it. So every time I go buy that property, I just hope that it feels better or it looks great. I think I'll be fine. Again, I even think I'll be better than I'm at now because I think now, I know I'm getting to the end of the thing a little bit because I feel like now it's in my head, like, and not in my head in a bad way, but it's time. Like, when you stop playing football, like for me, like I knew when I quit football, I never kept going. I wasn't big, but I played for like a year or so when I was young. And for me, it was just like, where am I going with this? This isn't my dream. This isn't me. So for me, it's my dream to live free, but I feel like I'm taking more risk now than I'm getting reward. I feel like whether I get the 1,000 Trails camping pass or even if I buy the home base in a bad neighborhood, I feel like I'd be taking less risk with myself. Why? Because guys, I'm on the road every day. Like, every day. I'm in the public every day. I'm driving at midnight sometimes to get away from a bad situation or to avoid having a situation, or I'm in a campground. So I said to myself, and that's why a little bit I don't know about the 1,000 Trails because I said, does that really go? I don't know. But I would say by the summer, I'm going to probably do something different. I don't know what yet, but something's coming because I always look at whether it's a stock, whether it's my life, whether it's got to be the risk-reward ratio has got to make sense. So now, being that I've gotten to Florida, I've sustained living below my means. I've sustained a budget. I've sustained a main job and a side job. Yes, I could probably still live completely free and make it, but I could still live completely free as a nomad and still maybe even save a little bit more. But I'm taking more of a risk, even if it's just for the simple nature of driving more. Driving is the most dangerous thing you do as a nomad, the most dangerous. Okay, 500,000 people die a year in car accidents. And that doesn't even include the other shit that you deal with as a nomad. So the risk reward was there for me when I lived in New Jersey. Marcel, let me read Marcel's comment. Then I'm going to go. Marcel, I'm going to get to you in 1 minute. I don't want to finish my thought, man, but I appreciate you joining. Like, for me, living in my car in New Jersey, the risk reward was there's more reward than risk. Because I looked at it as no matter what, I'm selling my house. No matter what, if I can't get a job transfer, eventually I'm moving to Florida. I had a spot scoped out that I could park for a little while without being bothered and still hold down a job. Okay. So it's like there's a lot of reward, there's low risk. Okay. And so when I got down to Florida after 2 years, that's when I really started going to more in a home base. But my first year in Florida, I still wasn't sure exactly where I'd want to buy property. Okay. And then I kind of located some areas, but then, I just wasn't ready to commit because I just didn't feel like I was burnt out or wore out. And I don't want to say I'm burnt out now, but I definitely feel like a little bit burnt out. But I would say more than that is the risk reward just isn't there. It's like, even if you can save a little bit more, and again, I think if I had a home base, it'd be net neutral. To be net neutral, I'd probably have to cook a little bit more in home or in the RV. So I don't know if I want to do that, but even if I spent the same amount or a little bit more, I'd be fine. So that's where I go to myself like, man, the risk reward isn't here anymore. It's like, one of the things I learned in investment is like, guys, you don't want to force a trade if the risk reward is just, it's like, why force that trade? So I don't want to force the nomad life if it's not a good ratio to my long-term goals. My long-term goals, okay, is to maintain my health, and I think having a home base would probably improve that a little bit at this point. Live below my means and possibly retire early. Now you say, well, if you buy a home base, that may prohibit you from retiring early. Well, guys, look, I want to live in Florida at least 9 to 10 months out of the year. So eventually, I'm going to be in Florida no matter what. So whether I retire early or I don't, so does it really matter? And then two is, guys, eventually I get old where I'm going to retire somewhere. I'm not going to be in a parking lot in a truck stop at 75 years old. I don't want to be. I would if I had to. So I don't even know if I want to be in a campground at 75. Maybe I would, maybe I don't. I don't know if I want to be in an HOA at 75. All I know is the reason I'm seriously evaluating is because the risk reward has got to be right. But I'm not going to make a emotional decision to buy an RV, to buy a home base if it doesn't make sense. I've proven that. Now, if I buy an expensive RV or a home base tomorrow, it's not emotional because I've always waited a couple days, a week, a couple years before I make a purchase. Now, is there a guarantee I'll make the right decision? No. There's never a guarantee. There's only risk management. So all I'm doing is managing my risk. And sometimes I take more risk than you should. But sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. All right, Marcel, thank you for being patient. He goes, it's sad that some people are terrified of the vaccine, while they kick back, do nothing, and hate life. Look, it's true. Now, I do believe in healthy skepticism. Because, again, I'm not like just believe it because they say. Because there are some conspiracies that are true. Governments do lie. Science is not always right. There's not exact science to life. But all there is risk management. The government can be lying, but the government also has nuclear weapons. If they want, we'd be dead. If China really wanted us dead, you guys know that China makes 80% of our prescription pills, right? The ingredients in most of the prescription medication that Americans take, the ingredients that they're made from are made in China. So if China really wanted to kill everyone, they could do it just like the coronavirus, but on a way more potent level. And, you may not even never know, just like the coronavirus. So I don't know. It's just like, if you are an older person, you have to look at it as, is the vaccine a risk reward? Now, if you're an older person, or if you have a weak immune system, the risk reward may be it's better to get the vaccine than not. That's a good evaluation, maybe. It depends on you. If you're a young, healthier person, you can still get sick and die from it, but you may say the risk reward, I'd just rather not take the vaccine. So there's a lot of factors that there's no one answer. But I want to say that as a child who went to public schools, just like most people in America or a first world country, Europe or whatever, you got the measles vaccine, you got polio, whatever. You got a bunch of vaccines. Okay? Your pet, your cat, your dog. I know to keep my dog's license, I had to get them vaccinated from rabies. I told you about a pet of mine who had distemper. I remember I got my dog a distemper vaccine. That's when you get the dog a distemper shot. So a lot of people, they're not realist. They're delusional. They're mentally ill. Now, I'm not saying everything they say is wrong. I'm just saying this is just life. We're all here for a limited time no matter what, right? Marcel, thank you for that comment. Thank you to all my members. I hope my videos help you in some way. Keep pushing forward, all right? Love to you. Thank you.